This is your Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor 2018 pay-per-view review. I am Heel Steven. Thank you all for watching this video and tuning in back into the channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. And also, while you're at it, give this video a big old share throughout your entire social media platforms, wherever you share videos. Overall, I thought Ring of Honor tonight, their pay-per-view Death Before Dishonor, was an okay to solid show. I'm not going to go out of my way and say, oh my god, this show is amazing, because I've seen it on social media, and I've been seeing this every single time when it's a non-WWE show. The generic, response on social media. Oh my god, this is better than WWE. Oh my god, WWE needs to take notice and shit like that. And I feel like, honestly, it's become the most generic shit you can see on social media. I feel like people just saying it, they just say it to be that fucking rebel. Oh yeah, look at me, I'm so cool. This is better than WWE. And again, I get it. Yes, WWE right now, let's be real about it. They're struggling. Yeah, they're getting all this money from the Fox deal, all the fuck you want. But let's be real about it. Let's keep it 100. They are struggling to get fans excited. And I've been saying this for a while. It's good to know that there's companies out there like a Ring of Honor, like an Impact Wrestling, like New Japan, like MLW and Evolve, you name it. Whatever other non-WWE fed that you watch, it's good to know that there's alternatives. Hell, even Lucha Underground. It's good to know that these other feds are doing things to get you excited. That's awesome. Good for them. But I want people to understand that the product is not going to improve if we keep comparing shit to WWE. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. So I feel like the faster you realize that, the better off you're going to be. And again, to each their own. It's my honest opinion. But I feel like, again, when I go on social media and I go on Twitter, I go on Facebook, and I see these schmucks, I see all you schleps go on social media and say, oh yeah, yo, this is better than WWE, man. WWE taking notice. Like, no, you're not cool. You're not hip. Guess what? You're not the first one, nor will you be the last one to say that. There'll be other people saying the same exact shit. But overall, like I said, I thought Death Before Dishonor was an okay to solid show. I'll say this, I thought the main event delivered. Between Jay Lethal versus Will Ospreay for the second time. This time for the Ring of Honor World title. And again, if anything on the show, I say honestly, just watch that, to be honest. Because I feel like for a pay-per-view, it didn't really feel like a pay-per-view to me. I felt like this was just a filler. And I always felt like Death Before Dishonor was one of Ring of Honor's big shows, along with Final Battle and Glory by Honor, to name a few. And again, when the news came out that Ring of Honor is going to be going to Madison Square Garden as part of WrestleMania weekend with New Japan Pro Wrestling, I said this during the podcast, that a lot of eyes are going to be on Ring of Honor. A lot of attention from the wrestling world is going to be on Ring of Honor to see what the fuck are they going to do to get people excited, invested, leading up to that show. And I feel like they've hit this wall, if you will. Like, All In happened, and then after that, everything in general just went. So yeah, in my honest opinion. But as always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment threads of this video, or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven, where I tweet throughout all these shows, whether it's the WWE shows like Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and all that fun stuff. I would love to really hear your opinion on what I'm saying. No one's wrong at the end of the day. Let's say that right now. I guarantee you could be that one schlep in the comment threads. Oh man, Steve, you're wrong for saying what you're saying, man. The wrestling was great, man. And I agree. Yes, the wrestling was amazing. Don't get me the fuck wrong. But it's not always about the wrestling. I'm sorry. So the show kicked off with Kenny King versus Jushin Thunder Liger to open the match, to open the show. And I felt like, honestly, the match itself was an okay match. Nothing to go crazy for. They're doing this whole thing where I guess Kenny King hasn't been focused. He has literally, again, not been focused on what's been going on. They reference the fact that he's been on The Bachelor, The Bachelorette shows. Again, I don't watch those shows, to be honest. And he needs to really get his mind back in what's important, being a wrestler. And apparently something that Austin Aries told him when he was in Ring of Honor the last time. And the match, for what it was, again, it was a solid match. Nothing to go crazy for. Liger's Liger no matter what. People are going to go crazy for him, regardless whether you put him in the opening match or the middle of the card or the main event by the American fans. Which is funny because if you think about it in Japan, Liger's like on the pre-shows of every single New Japan show. But in America, Liger's like a fucking god, right? But in Ring of Honor, Liger's like the Ring of Honor young boy, if you will. That's how he's been treated, if you will. But in this match, it looked like Liger sustained an injury, and it looked like King was going to let him get up and recover, and people were, again, wondering if Kenny King was going to let that happen, and it looked like he did. People were cheering for Liger to get up, even Kenny King himself, and all this led to, again, they were shaking hands, and then Kenny King hit this crazy spine buster for the win, and he gets the win. After the match, he says to Aries, he gets on camera and says to Aries, he thanks him for showing him the way. So, from what it looks like, yeah, it's a heel turn. I hope it is. I'll be real about it. As much as some people would prefer Kenny King to be the babyface, I would much rather him be a heel. And again, this is coming from a guy, and I'm gonna keep it 100 too. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything with you guys. I don't watch that much Ring of Honor like I used to. I guess the last Ring of Honor pay-per-view that I watched, like fully, that I purchased and all that fun stuff, would have to be, Super Card of Honor, which was in WrestleMania weekend in New Orleans. I think that was the last thing that I purchased from Ring of Honor. It was Kenny Omega and Cody, and other stuff here in between. Like, I'll hear about it and I'll catch some stuff. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. If you really want to get the best joy out of Ring of Honor, my honest opinion is this: is watch the pay-per-views. Or if not, if Ring of Honor comes to your town, go. That's the best way to get the best joy out of Ring of Honor. Hell, Ring of Honor is supposed to be coming to New York for Final Battle. I'm trying to go. So see how that works. But again, this is the perspective of someone who hasn't been watching Ring of Honor like that. Just keep that in mind as I'm doing this review. We then get the Ring of Honor Tag Team title match between the Briscoes versus the Addiction for Christopher Daniels and Frankie Kazarian. They were accompanied by Scorpio Sky, SCU. People were chanting SCU in this match. Before the match even began, there was promos, if you will. So Scorpio Sky did his usual. This is the worst time I ever fucking been in. And he was talking. So was the Addiction. And then the Briscoes pop up on the screen, right? Like on the Titantron, whatever. It had like that white family vibe in some type of way. And they pretty much said that, hey, their time is up. And I guess it was Jay Briscoe, and in the background had like this sand clock, right, with the sand coming down, and he shoots it with his gun, and had a good visual. It really, really did. They were getting booed. Obviously, the Briscoes are the heels here. They were getting booed to no music at all. But there's like a Titantron with graphics, stuff like that. But they had no music whatsoever. I guess also the big thing in this match was the fact that apparently the Addiction, their deals end, I believe, at Final Battle. They have not re-signed a new deal. So the whole thing is, hey, time is not in their favor, and they want to win the Ring of Honor World title before, I guess, their deals expire. And I think the way this is going to go, in my honest opinion, because again, the match, for what it was, it was a very, it was a good match. There was a back and forth match here. There's a moment where I guess Kazarian hits his head on the steel chair on the outside, and he's out of the match. He's completely out. And it's literally Christopher Daniels by himself against the Briscoes. It's funny because Scorpio Sky, he's outside the ring, and tell him, hey, man, you're on your own, CD. You're on your own. And I thought for a minute that, hey, they'll probably do the Freebird rule, where I guess Scorpio Sky will take the place of of Frankie Kazarian. That's what I literally thought, but no, that didn't happen either. And it looked like Daniels was gonna pull through and fight both the Briscoes on his own, but eventually Jay Briscoe hit a Jay Driller on the outside of the ring and also on the inside for the 1-2-3. So the Briscoes are still the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. And again, I thought the match, for what it was a very good match. I enjoyed it for what it was. But I think the story was going to happen is that final battle, they'll probably win the belts and they'll probably renew their new deal. If it's part of the storyline, again, it is what it is. We had Sumi Sakai defending the Women of Honor Women's Championship versus Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma. It's amazing how WWE dropped the ball with Emma. It really, really is. And I thought this match, for what it was, I thought the match was okay. I'm not going to say, oh my god, this match was amazing or crazy, anything like that. Sumi Sakai on the offense was very, very, strong offensively in the beginning of the match on Tennille Dashwood. They referenced the fact that Tennille Dashwood had like an arm injury or like a shoulder injury. Like she had kinesio tape on one of her shoulders. And I'll be real about it, looking at this match, it's funny because Ring of Honor referenced that this is the first time that the Women of Honor Championship is being defended on a pay-per-view. So it's crazy how WWE is putting more focus and more care toward their women's division while Ring of Honor is treating it like shit. Well, you think about it, right? Like, think about this, right? Ring of Honor, I remember, Ring of Honor did the whole Women of Honor tournament and they crowned the champion at Supercard of Honor, and it was Sumi Sakai. I think she beat Kelly Klein, if I'm not mistaken. And since then, she hasn't defended the title on a pay-per-view. It's been on TV, what have you, in live events. And now she's finally defended the title on the pay-per-view with Tennille Dashwood again, formerly known as Emma. And it's like, yo, wow, like Ring of Honor, like zero fucks toward their women's division. When you think about it, that's the perception that I have. If you were to show this to a casual viewer who is not familiar with Ring of Honor, they'll probably say the same shit too. Like, yo, this company, zero fucks toward their women's division. What a shame. But I'll be real about it too. I feel like the wrong person went over. I feel like this was Tennille Dashwood's moment, or Emma, depending how you still want to call her. I feel like this should have been her moment to win the championship. And it looked like they were going to do it. It looked like it. And Emma got a good near fall. I'm sorry if I call her Emma. I'm accustomed to calling her Emma or Tennille Dashwood, however you want to call her again. She got a good near fall here. Everyone thought she was going to win. It didn't happen. Eventually, though, Sumi Sakai hits his armbar. She locks in the armbar on the injured arm of Tennille Dashwood. Because, again, she had a kinesio tape on her arm. And she didn't tap out. Tennille just passed out. And that caused for Sumi Sakai to retain her title. And I'll be real about it again. I feel like the wrong person won. I get it. Sumi Sakai is a pioneer of the Women of Honor division. But I feel like, at this winning the belt, they would have given the belt to someone else. Maybe to someone like Mandy Leon or Kelly Klein. I get it. Mandy, I think, is still injured. But something like that, in my humble opinion. Or if not, you know what? This should have been Tennille Dashwood's moment. Because think about it too is, again, if you're going to go into WrestleMania weekend, MSG, you would much rather go into that event with someone that has a name value, in this case being Emma or Tennille Dashwood, going into it as your champion. In my honest opinion. That's, again, I'm not trying to be fucked up or anything like that, but I'm just calling it like I see it. We then get Punishment Martinez defending the Ring of Honor Television Championship versus Chris Sabin. And the whole thing here, again, Alex Shelley retired. So I guess the idea is now Sabin's a single star and he wants to be the television champion. But for Punishment Martinez, which is a long name to really think, which is really a fucking long name to say right now, Punishment Martinez. I'll just call him Martinez, not Punishment Martinez. Just me, of course. In his eyes, hey, Chris Sabin is a good tag team guy. But as a singles guy, he's just another victim for him. And this match, for what it was okay. It was an okay match. There were moments where it looked like Sabin was going to win, what have you. And it all ended up with, again, Punishment Martinez hitting the choke slam to retain the Ring of Honor World Television Championship. After the match, though, Martinez tried to do the curb stomp on Sabin's head onto a chair, but out of nowhere out came Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb comes out to stop him, and there's like literally a stare down between Martinez and Jeff Cobb, and it looked like, Martinez was gonna leave. Jeff Cobb turns around, he gets hit with the steel chair, doesn't sell it, doesn't hurt him, and it leads to Jeff Cobb eventually, I guess he like lifts him up and he just throws him out. Like he just lifts him up and just slams him and shit. Like a little takedown. Got a big reaction. And it looks like that's the next program. That's the next feud for Punishment Martinez. With him and Jeff Cobb. And Jeff Cobb apparently did sign with the Ring of Honor. And I think that could be a good program down the road. Getting into a final battle. Why the fuck not? Or maybe even Glory by Honor. But we'll see how that goes. But again, guys, give me your thoughts on that. Your thoughts on the idea of a Punishment Martinez versus Jeff Cobb down the road. Leave me your thoughts. We then get the tag team table match between Bully Ray and Silas Young versus Flip Gordon and Colt Cabana. And it's funny because Bully Ray cuts his promo before the match. It's like a video promo, right? He talks about how, Colt Cabana, is a former WWE reject. He couldn't hack it in WWE. So he does a podcast to get himself over. And at the end of the day, all he really is a WWE reject who couldn't hack it. He says that Flip Gordon is a spoiled brat who hasn't paid his dues yet. And how Silas Young, who's his tag team partner, by the way, right? Used to be the bully before Bully Ray got there. And he used to remind himself who he was back in the day for this match. And the story in this match is this, right? So Bully Ray is taunting Ian Riccaboni, who was on commentary with Caprice Coleman, right? And he's taunting Ian Riccaboni while beating up Colt Cabana, and this leads to Ian Riccaboni to come out of the commentary booth to check up on Colt Cabana. He checks up on him, and it felt kind of random. It felt kind of like out of place, in my honest opinion. But it led to that. Again, it just felt so out of place with the whole Ian Riccaboni thing. Again, I think Ian Riccaboni is a good commentator for Ring of Honor. I feel like he did pick up the slack since Kevin Kelly left for New Japan, but it just felt so out of place. It felt so random. Out of all people, Ian Riccaboni try to get in the face of Bully Ray. And it's a moment where Bully Ray getting beat up by Colt Cabana with the chair shot, what have you. But all that led to Bully Ray powerbombing Colt Cabana onto a table. And then it's literally Flip Gordon by himself. And it's literally Flip Gordon being chopped by both Silas Young and Bully Ray. And this leads to a distraction, I guess a miscommunication, if you will, from Silas and Bully Ray. And this leads to Bully getting put through a table by Flip Gordon, even if it was like a miss. So it was down to literally Silas Young and Flip Gordon. Keep this in mind, Bully's still, he's just laying there. And it's, at the moment in this whole thing, like a sequence where Flip, I guess, kicks the referee in the face. But it was unintentional, by the way. It's like an accident. And eventually, though, Flip Gordon hits the 450 splash on Silas Young and puts him through his table. But the referee doesn't see it. The referee's knocked out. So Bully, this leads him to doing like a power bomb and takes out Flip Gordon. He takes him out, and he then he literally moves Silas out of the table that he got hit and puts Flip Gordon in that spot. So when the referee turns around, it looked like Silas Young put Flip Gordon through a table, even though it wasn't that way at all. It was not that way at all. But that was literally the idea of them doing that. So there you go with that. And yeah, that was that. And then out of nowhere, we got like a backstage. Again, there's nothing that happened after that. Okay, they won. Again, there's miscommunication between Bully and Silas Young, where I guess they clothesline each other, what have you. But nothing happened after that. After that, we just get right out of the bat. We see backstage that Tennille Dashwood was attacked. Randomly attacked backstage after her match, what have you. If I'm gonna think about who probably did it, again, this is probably out of left field, but I'm gonna say it's probably Mandy Leon. I think it was Mandy Leon who attacked Tennille Dashwood, and I think honestly, because again, hey, Mandy Leon, when you think about it, right? I feel like, and again, I don't watch much Ring of Honor. Keep that in mind. I do know that she's hurt. But I feel like, since this whole Women of Honor title has been formed, I always thought that they'll put the belt on Mandy Leon. but they put it on Sumi Sakai. And you think about it, here comes Dashwood, who has the name value, getting the shot, and not Manny Leon. So they'll probably build something out of that, but we'll see how that goes down the road. We get the Bullet Club with Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Hangman Page, and Marty Scurll versus Chaoses. Kazuchika Okada, who's back to his midlife crisis look with the balloons and shit like that. Some people think it's cool. I think it's meh, to be honest. But that's my honest opinion. Tomohiro Ishii, Rocky Romero, Chucky T, and Trent Beretta. And this match, honestly, it's all over the place. Keep this in mind on commentary. You did have Nick Aldis. Yeah, Nick Aldis in commentary. Just instigating on Cody, throwing shade at Cody, how All In was a fluke, how at All In, Cody should have been counted out, but he wasn't counted out. But that's no here or there. We find out, though, in commentary that apparently at the 70th anniversary show of the NWA, it will be Cody versus Nick Aldis in a rematch for the NWA World title, which we've already been knowing for a while, but apparently it's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. But that happened during commentary, and the match itself, again, was all over the place. There's super kicks and just spots after spots here. Hangman Page did this spot where he's literally on the apron. It's like a shooting star press off the apron. I want to say on Trent Beretta. It looked awesome. I think Hangman Page is probably like the standout of that group right now. And it's funny how years ago, I thought like, oh my God, why is he in the Bullet Club? But now it's like, yo, he is just the standout. He's literally come a long way. And you know damn well, somewhere down the road, that guy's WWE bound. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? But I'm surprised they have not put any Ring of Honor like singles gold on him yet. Because I can see him being a television champion. Or hell, even a U.S. champion in New Japan. But again, we'll see how that goes. I know Cody is getting a match this Sunday at the Fighting Spirit Unleashed against Juice Robinson. So that should be a fun match as well. But again, this match literally, again, all over the place. It ends up with Marty Scurll. He taps out Rocky Romero with the crossface chicken wing. Again, the weak person in the whole thing was Rocky Romero. So, of course, he was the one that got the tap out to lose for his team. So there you go with that. But then Cody accepts the challenge. He gets on commentary saying he accepts the challenge. And it should be a fun match. Cody and Nick Aldis. I think Nick gets the belt back, though, my honest opinion. But we'll see how that goes as well. We then get the main event, Jay Lethal versus Will Ospreay for the Ring of Honor World title. This match was amazing. Just crazy back and forth. Just all over the place here. I'm going to say this too. I feel like Will Ospreay is now the better wrestler that he was years ago. Like, he improved leaps and bounds. Like, he's learned to become a better wrestler. Like, back in the day, all he was flips and just being a spot monkey. And now he's like an improved wrestler. It's amazing. It's amazing what he's doing right now. There's a moment in the match where I guess Jay's on the outside with Will Ospreay, and I guess Jay does a super kick. And he, by accident, he literally hits Bobby Cruz, the ring announcer. And the belt literally falls off the hands of Bobby Cruz and in the air. And Will Ospreay catches the belt. He catches the belt, and they're teasing this whole thing that Will Ospreay was going to literally hit Jay Lethal with the belt, but it didn't happen. It's kind of crazy back and forth. People were literally cheering for Will Ospreay. Like, they were pro Will Ospreay. Everyone wanted to see Will Ospreay win the Ring of Honor World title, and it looked like he was going to do it. He countered a lethal injection, hit a super kick in the back of the head. And again, just everyone who literally thought that this guy was going to win the Ring of Honor World title. And eventually he did not. Eventually, Jay Lethal hits the lethal injection to remain the Ring of Honor World Champion. They go to shake hands, and then you see balloons. The Kingdom is back. You see Vinny Marseglia and TK O'Ryan. They attack both Will Ospreay and Jay Lethal after the match. And then Jonathan Gresham comes out to help, but to no avail. And you see a guy in a hood. And it ends up being Matt Taven, and he has, I guess, he has something in a bag, and he attacks everyone with it, both Lethal and Ospreay, mostly Lethal in this case. And he revealed himself. He's, again, Matt Taven. He has a new look. He has a mohawk. He cut his hair off eventually. Kind of sad. It's like the sign, like, yo, I'm next. I know I have a man bun, but I know I'm cutting my hair somewhere down the road. And he reveals in the bag it's his version of the Ring of Honor World title, but it's in purple leather. And he's claimed to be the real Ring of Honor World Champion, and that's how the show ends. I feel like the ending was a little anticlimactic, but what this does is, hey, it puts Matt Taven in the main event scene in the Ring of Honor. And it kind of looks like the whole, Jay Briscoe, Adam Cole feud from 2013, 2014, where Adam Cole was the Ring of Honor World Champion, but then Jay Briscoe brought out his version of the Ring of Honor World title. Remember that? And I'm calling it right now, a final battle. You do Jay Lethal versus Matt Taven. Ladder war. You put both belts up in the sky. Why the fuck not? I'm all in for that. No pun intended. But I think that's the match you do. Why the fuck not? But overall, again, Death Before Dishonor was an okay to solid show. The only good thing on this show, in my honest opinion, was the main event between Will Ospreay and Jay Lethal. I look forward to seeing what Matt Taven's going to do now with his version of the Ring of Honor World title. Could they do the ladder war? Yeah. I mean, they could even do that at Glory by Honor, but if it was up to me, I would wait for their biggest show of the year at Final Battle. And that's my honest opinion on that. But as always, motherflowers, give me your thoughts down below in the comment threads below. Your thoughts on the pay-per-view, if you liked it, if you didn't like it at all. Give me your thoughts, or if not, let me know on Twitter at HeelSteven. Follow me there. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. And as always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Before I wrap up, I want to give a big thank you to the homie himself, Salrex, for the awesome overlay that you see here and the thumbnail that he made. Again, if you are a YouTuber or a podcaster out there, you want awesome graphics done for your podcast or your YouTube channel, like you see right now, hit him up on Twitter at @officialsalrex, and he will work with you. He'll do for you. He'll literally will do awesome graphics for you. Okay. Not only has he done graphics for me, but he's done graphics for OKFabe, for JD from NY206, the Solid Monster, a Dadass Podcast, Big Mike for the Big Mike Wrestling Recap Show, and as well as the No Holds Bar Podcast as well. So again, hit him up on Twitter at @officialsalrex and let him know that you want awesome graphics done for your channel, your podcast, and tell him that I sent you. Because why the hell not? All right, y'all. That's it for me. I am out. Peace out, motherflowers. But yeah, yo, Final Battle. I'm telling you right now, it gotta be Matt Taven and Jay Lethal in the ladder war. If not, I have no idea what Ring of Honor's thinking right now. But we're on the road to New York, motherflowers. All I gotta say about that.